Hey guys, Brother Pius. And I had a story come to mind in thinking of the theme for this retreat, Above the Storm. I remember when I was a missionary in Mexico back in the day when I was in college. I think some of you might not have even been born yet, which is sort of scary. Anyway, I was in Mexico as a missionary, and we were down in this small little village that was like a 6-hour drive and then a 6-hour hike through the jungle. And I remember being in this village, and we sort of went for this walk through the woods. And it was a nice day, blue skies, but we were kind of in like a jungle, rainforesty type place, and we walked, and I remember crossing this river on a board that was probably only this wide. And I have bad balance, as you all might remember. DJ, you remember from breaking my ankles when we played basketball, how bad my balance is. And I remember walking across this thing, and it was fine, and we went into someone's house for dinner. But all of a sudden I started hearing this like tinging off the tin roof, and I realized, oh my gosh, it's raining. And as we opened the door to go outside, I realized it was night. And it was kind of scary that it was night because it was also raining really heavy, and it was the jungle, so there were no lights anywhere. And all we had was this one flashlight. And I remember using this flashlight, and we started going, and the way was only about this wide. It was muddy and wet. And everything was fine until we got to that river. And I realized, oh no, I've got to cross this board that's soaking wet in the middle of the jungle, and there's a big river underneath me, and it was a pretty far drop. But I realized I wasn't getting home if I didn't walk across. And I think for us, when we're in the storm, and when we're not above the storm, and when it feels like everything around us is crazy, the one thing I held on to was my flashlight. And my flashlight only gave me enough for about the next step or two ahead of me in the night of the jungle. And I think for us, it's helpful in this time of coronavirus, when we're all kind of scared of what the future holds, when we don't really know. I think that the light that can burn in our hearts is the light of faith, the light of hope, the light of charity. But especially that charity that makes us be able to walk confidently forward, knowing who we are, knowing who loves us. God the Father loves us so much. And as I did in that jungle, and I took one step, and I had friends around me who were encouraging me and said, hey, you can do it, we can make it. We did it together. We worked together, and we made it across that crazy river, and we were safe. But it was because we took care of each other. We thought about what God had for us, and we kept, I think, in our hearts, knowing who we are, knowing who we were. And I think for us, in this time, to be confident in who we are as sons and daughters of God. We're loved so much. And that love is the thing that will give us strength to move forward